Montgomery was a victory, it was becoming clear to me that there was to be a season of suffering.
Projection out.
We were soon blessed with our second child, a boy, Martin Luther King III. Oh, I was the proudest father in the viewing area.
Reminds the event.
Oh, excuse me. Here, have a cigar. Look at Daddy. That's my boy. Did you see my boy? I had something to do with that. At least I think I did. Oh, that's silly. Look at Daddy. Oh, not that way. Look this way. Excuse me. Look this way. Don't cry. Look at this cigar. Nurse. And could that boy cry? Oh, everybody said, oh, King, with his lungs, he's bound to be a preacher like me. At this point, I came to understand my daddy King. I was his son, and this was my son, and like daddy, I wanted the best for him. One of all my children, which means sometimes you get a little overprotective.
There is a projection of Mahatma Gandhi.
On a mission of peace, I journeyed to India for a month to study Gandhi's techniques for nonviolence. As a peacemaker, I felt I needed to know more about Gandhi. You know, Coretta came along with me. Well, it was like a second honeymoon. Well, really, our first. A funeral home is not exactly the ideal spot for a honeymoon. So there we were, in the land of Mahatma Gandhi, the land of nonviolence. This put me in a real peaceful mood. I found out just how peaceful when we got back. Coretta had informed me that God had blessed her once again with child. Must have been something in the air over there. This feeling of peacefulness suddenly came to an end when I had to face my congregation with a decision.
Spirit of King becomes Dr. King in the pulpit. Coretta enters, sings, I want Jesus. At the end of the song, King speaks.
For almost 4 years now, I have been trying to do as one man what 5 or 6 people ought to be doing. The strain of being known has made me unable to serve Dexter well, since the demands of the movement have taken me away from Montgomery for extended periods of time. I have come to the conclusion that I can't stop now. History has thrust upon me a responsibility from which I cannot turn away. I have no choice but to free you now.
Become Spirit of King.
I went back to where I started. I went back to Atlanta. I took the position alongside Daddy as co-pastor of Ebenezer. At this point, my daddy King finally came to accept me and my beliefs. Also, I wanted my family to have the influence of my mother dear. I'll never forget when I was a child, the way Mother dear helped me face the death of my grandmother, Mama Williams. I tell you, at the time, I didn't understand it.
Lights fade down on Spirit of King and fade up on Martin as a youth. He is crying. Alberta King enters dressed in church wear.
Junior, what you doing up here, baby? Everybody's in the car. It's time to go. Mama Williams is with the Lord now. She wouldn't want to see any of her children upset.
I can't, Mama.
Now, don't talk like that. Mama died of a heart attack. You had nothing to do with it.
This is the first Sunday that Mama won't be with us in church. I wish I died when I jumped out of that window. And I could be with her in heaven.
Hush, child. I don't ever want to hear you talk or even think about taking your own life again. Baby, you're just 12 years old. You have everything ahead of you. A chance to make all of your dreams come true in life. To make a change.
If I hadn't gone to the parade, Mama would be with me.
Junior, you going to the parade had nothing to do with Mama's death.
Well, who's gonna play my solo for me?
Oh, my baby, Mama will always be with you, just like she'll always be with me. Mama left this world in the Lord's house, and that's such a blessing. I just pray when the Lord sends his angel for me, I'll be giving him praise.
I love you, Mother dear.
I love you too. I can see why you was Mama's favorite. You know what Mama would want us to do?
What?
She would want us to cook a big Sunday dinner and have a Bible study party afterwards.
I will.
All right, we'll plan it for next Sunday. It means you'll have to stay up and help me.
Oh, I don't care.
I figured you wouldn't.
I can peel potatoes pretty good now.
I don't know. You cut your finger last time.
Voice of Daddy King.
Alberta!
Oh, Lord. That's your father. Go wash your face and come on down to the car. You know your daddy's in a hurry. He has a meeting with the church deacons before the service.
Yes, Mother dear.
And baby, don't use the show towers. And use the stairs next time, not the window, okay?
Alberta!
King, we coming. Oh, Lord, that man, he's so serious about his religion. Hurry up, Junior, and be sure to grease your face down. Don't come to the car with no white lips. You hear me?
Alberta!
Come on now.
Lights fade down on Alberta and Martin as they exit.
Yes, ma'am.
Up on Spirit of King.
My dear, sweet mother dear, it was becoming very clear to me that I was not going to reach my dream without a fight. Montgomery had only been the beginning when the next major phase of the protest movement began. It was this movement for my black brothers and sisters only. I recall when I was stabbed in the chest while autographing my first book. What was ironic about this was that I was stabbed in the middle of Harlem. While in recovery, the doctor disclosed how close I had come to dying. The letter opener had touched my aorta, the main artery from the heart. If I had sneezed during all those hours of waiting for help, I would have died. I received many messages of sympathy, telegrams from Eisenhower, Nixon, cards and letters from people all over the world, but one letter in particular caught my eye. It read simply, "Dear Dr. King, I am a 9th grade student at the White Plains High School. While it should not matter, I would like to mention that I'm a white girl. I read in the paper of your misfortune and of your suffering, and I read that if you would have sneezed, you would have died. I'm simply writing you to say that I'm so happy that you didn't sneeze."
He puts glasses and letter away.
This moved me greatly. To know that I had made such a positive impact on white Americans as well. But there were still a vast number who felt quite the opposite. And what was boggling to me was that they usually held high-ranking public positions. This had to be defeated before my dream could come true. But my mother dear had prepared me. So being back in Atlanta was really the only form of security I could give my family. But as for me, though the Prince of Peace had consumed my spirit, still I found myself in constant struggle. But I was gaining points against the opposition. I prayed for a victory. I prayed for peace.
Lights slowly fade on the spirit of King. Amazing Grace. End of Act 1.